Hi everybody, this is Harpreet Kaur from English Frog Club, and today I have come up with another vocabulary lesson. In our previous lesson, we learned a little bit about adjectives to describe some personalities. Now in this video, we will be talking about how to express the relationships about the personalities. Let's proceed and learn the Let's proceed and learn how to express personalities. So why to wait? Let's proceed. Now let's move on and look what expressions we have today to learn. Now let's see the first expression that we have. So the first expression that we are going to learn today is get on somebody, which means to have a good relationship with someone. An example, I get on well with my mother. Let's move on and find another example. My friend Rajni gets on well with all the classmates. That means she is having a very good relationship with most of the classmates, with all the classmates. Let's move further and look for the next expression of the day, which is be in touch with somebody. The expression means to be in communication with somebody. That means you are still attached with that person whom you are talking about. Let's look an example of the usage. My friend Rasna and I are still talking regularly. We are in touch since we left the college. Now let's look for the next example. Although we cleared class 10 years ago, but we are still in touch with each other. So it's been years have been passed, but generally it happens when you finish your high school and then you lose the contact with each other. But in this case, when we say that we are still in touch with each other, that stands for that the people are connected with each other. Let's move and look for the next expression. The expression we are going to learn is fall out with somebody. Let us look what does it mean. Argue and stop friendly with somebody. It happens many a times in our lives that we have some kind of argument with someone, and because of that argument we stop talking with that person. So in this situation we can talk about that we have fallen out with that person. So let us look for the example. I had a good understanding with Rachna in primary. Unfortunately, in class 6, we fell out on a very trivial issue and we are not in touch since then. So according to this example, they were very good friends when they were in primary class, but when they were in 6th class, they had an argument, and because of that argument, they have stopped talking to each other. Now they are not in touch since then. Okay, so they fell out in class 6. Let us move further and look for another expression. So the next expression for the day is grow apart from somebody, which means gradually have less close relationship with somebody. In Indian scenario, most of the girls when they get married, so they generally lose contact with each other and they gradually grow apart from someone. Okay, so let us look for an example. After I got married, I couldn't be in touch regularly with Sunita, and we grew apart over some years. I also lost her contact due to her shifting to another city. So, I think it's quite clear that when we are not fell out, what is the difference between felling out and growing apart? Felling out means all of a sudden we are breaking that relationship, not talking to that person. But growing apart stands for that gradually, due to maybe time or space or any other reason, the people have stopped talking to each other. They do not have any contact or any clue about each other. So let us move further and see what next expression we have. Next one we have take after somebody, which means that resemble somebody in your family. In this case, we have two kind of resemblances. First one is the physical appearance, and second one we take on some kind of on some kind of personality trait. Like we can either look like our parents, or we behave like our parents as they behave. So let us look for an example. My father is good fun. People enjoy with him, and I have also taken after him in it. That means people also enjoy company, mine company. So, as I have taken after this personality trait from my father. Let us move further and look ahead. So, the next expression we have is grow up together with somebody, which means that to have many childhood and adolescence experiences in common with somebody. So generally people, when they live together in neighborhood, in same lane, same street, same area, they study in same school, and parents are quite connected with each other, so they are generally grown up together. They have an opportunity to stay connected with each other when they were growing up, in their growing age. Let us look for an example. I'm having a very old relationship with Mr. Sunday. Actually, we have grown up together as we lived in the same lane and have strong relationship in our families also. So growing up together means sharing many childhood and adolescent experiences with each other, and there are quite commonalities in the growing up. Let us move further and find out what is next. So next expression we have to be the life and soul of the party, which means that someone who is the center of activity of any party or some occasion. Let us get more clarity through the example. Rajan has always been life and soul of every party. So no party seems to be complete without Rajan. Everybody wants that Rajan should be present in most of the parties. So he is the life and soul of party. So let's look for another example. Rani's absence was noticed by everyone. Everything was so dull, it seemed she had taken away the life and soul of the party with her. So her absence seemed that the party was quite dull, and that means she has taken away the life and soul of the parties. There was no excitement in the party without Rani. Let's move further and see what we have now. To bend over backwards, which means to try very hard to help someone. So let's look and get more clarity with example sentences. Sonu Sood has bent over backward. Sonu Sood has bent over backwards to help the migrant laborers during pandemic. That means he had worked very hard. He had tried many things. He had given his personal, material. He has sent them to their homes. He was quite very generous. So that means he tried very hard to help someone. So let us look for another example. Rekha is such a great soul that she doesn't hesitate to bend over backwards to help someone. Let us proceed further and see what do we have. To be easygoing. So someone who is easygoing, that means that he is mostly relaxed and not worried about anything. Whatever the circumstances are, whatever the situation is, that person doesn't take much tension and worry about that thing. He's most of the time relaxing. So let's look for an example sentence. Simi is quite easygoing and she never loses her temper. Okay, so Simi is a kind of person who is very easygoing. She rarely gets irritated She is not worried about anything. She's always, most of the time, in relaxing mood. Let's look for the next expression, that is to have good sense of humor. So someone who has good sense of humor, it means that he or she has the ability to understand what is funny. It happens that many a times while conversation we are in a jolly mood and we keep on talking with each other. Some people sometimes do not take it lightly when some kind of humor is on them, but the people who have a good sense of humor, they can tolerate any kind of humor, any kind of joke on them, and they are able to crack certain jokes also, and they are very happy people. Roshan has always been the life and soul of every party. He has a good sense of humor. Everyone likes him because of his ability to take every joke on him. So it is really good to have a good sense of humor. So next example, next expression, sorry, is be close to somebody. So if someone is close to somebody, that means to know somebody well or to see or talk often. So let us look for the example. I can vouch on anything that she wouldn't have said this. We are very close to each other and I know what she is. Sometimes the situation is that you come to know that certain person has said something and you are not able to, tolerate that. You're not able to bear that. You're not able to trust that thing. So I can vouch on anything. It means that I can just say on anything, I can risk on anything. Okay, so the expression is we are very close to each other and I know what she is. So let's move further and look how we can use these expressions in our daily life so that we can fix these expressions in our brain. So it is said that when you are using things repeatedly, it gets fixed in your brain. So here is a suggestion for all of you to practice, how to practice this. So let's look. So we pick an expression and then you think of a few people you know, make sentences to express your relationship with them. So suppose if I say get on well, now think of some people whom you have good relationship. Now try to write sentences or speak sentences on what kind of relationship you have and how well you are getting on with each other. With this, I come to an end of my today's video. Hope you have liked the video, and if you have liked the video, kindly subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Bye for now.